All right, so this is Animations Anonymous. We are doing X-Men Evolution because Greg saw the X-Men 97 trailer, so we gonna cover the first season of X-Men Evolution.
Yes. X-Man.
Yes. Say hello. I don't know why I'm doing a southern accent, but whatever.
try,
Fuck it.
try to be rogue. Uh,
Right.
Hello, I'm Greg. Jesus
My
Christ.
name is Greg.
That's a wonderful intro. Yes, X-Men Evolution. I think that's probably the first X-Men show I watched as a kid was this one.
Yeah, that sounds about right because this came out in 2001.
Yeah.
You were born in
98.
yeah,
So you're
so you
old.
were like 5.
Yep.
Yep, like 5
I was 5. Well,
when it
I think it came out
was
03
near the
or
end of
01.
it.
Yeah.
It's a 1 because it's or 2000 technically.
Oh. Well, yeah, I
Yeah, you
remember
were
watching
2.
it. What do you remember what it was on? Was it on Cartoon Network?
No, it was it was on Kids WB
Okay.
because X-Men Evolution is animated by Warner Brothers
Sure.
something or another. Like it's there. It's through their studio. Um, so X-Men had just released like the movie with Hugh Jackman and fucking other people that I can't remember. Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, all that stuff. So back in the day when superhero movies came out, they would make cartoons in order to like coincide with the movie so kids can be like, "Oh my god, there's X-Men on TV, there's X-Men on fucking whatchamacallit, in the movie theaters." So this came out and they wanted to do something different. So this is a different take from the normal X-Men because usual X-Men is there's 20 somethings, right? Because
Oh,
they all get their mutant powers when they're fucking teenagers.
yeah.
It's a teenage metaphor and an outcast metaphor and a gay metaphor and a skin color metaphor or whatever. It covers a wide variety of outcasts,
Mm-hmm.
put it that way. But anyway, they're usually 20 somethings. So this show was like, we're going to take them back to high school, like when they first started. So, like when the first X Men team, Cyclops, Jean, Storm,
Yeah.
not Storm, fuck me, Angel, Iceman, and Beast. That was the original 5. So they were teenagers when they started. And then X Men got canceled because it wasn't selling well, because everyone's like, what the fuck are mutants? Um, anyway, so this is kind of going back to that, except they added Wolverine, who's an adult, thank fucking God. And then Storm's an adult, and then obviously Xavier is an adult. But they're teenagers in high school, going to public school at Midtown. Is it Midtown?
I think so. Or is it Bailey? Bailey something?
Yeah, yeah, Bayville.
Bayville.
Ooh.
Yeah, but it's in Bayville.
Yeah. All right. So it's 13 episodes long
First
for the
season, yeah.
first season. Well, they're all 13, so it's not a terribly long show, but in my personal opinion,
Mm-hmm.
this is the weakest season. There's some episodes that are like, oh, spot on, but once they hit season 2, like the beginning of season 2 and definitely near the midpoint of season 2, they find their footing and where they're going to go with it.
Okay.
And then it becomes more traditional X-Men type stuff.
Yeah. So like most
Um,
shows, it starts off first season, then like as it gets further, it gets better.
right. Because there's like Spectacular was great out of the gate. Like I know those, like it only took them a couple episodes to build up to where you're like, yep, I'm invested.
Yeah.
Um, this one kind of just you gotta get through it. Like there's
Yeah.
some episodes that are just
Half
not
those
good.
episodes are pretty much introduction episodes, which
Yep.
it was interesting to me. So like I got a better idea, a reminder in this case of who everybody is, what they do, what's their
Yep.
power, that sort of deal.
hmm So I adore the show. I think
Yeah.
this is some of the stuff in the show is very good.
Mm-hmm.
Like just being an X-Men fan, And if you've ever talked to Greg or asked him, about me and X-Men, it's like, nah, X-Men's my jam.
Oh yeah.
Like I may be a stickler for certain things, but X-Men's my pick with Batman and Spider-Man because I'm a '90s kid. So of course,
X-Men for me. So like I remember watching it and loving it as a kid, the Evolution show, and then I watched Wolverine the X-Men on Nicktoons, and then
that's not bad. It's not great,
right.
but
I remember the movies
we
as a
might get to
kid.
that.
I remember the movies as a kid, and I remember liking Hugh Jackman. But then as I got older and I was watching those movies again, it was the same thing that happened to me with Transformers. Was when I was watching the live action movies, I didn't like them and I borderline
Right.
hated them. So like
Right.
it just turned me off completely. And this is really the first time I'm really diving into an X-Men thing since probably Deadpool 2. Like
Oh yeah, Deadpool and Deadpool 2.
yeah,
Technically,
that was really that's really the last thing I did. I haven't seen Logan, which I wanted to, but I just didn't.
Logan's such a fucking heartbreaking movie.
I bet I'd
Anyway.
love it. Yeah, that's the thing. I bet I'd love it though. So, and there's a wrestler named Dark Sheik, and she is constantly. She always has X-Men themed wrestling gear, and it's always cool. Like at a Big Gay brunch, the first time I met her, I thought she was wearing a Fifth Element outfit, like it's my outfit, but I think it was like Emma Frost inspired.
Yeah, White Queen. Yep.
Yeah, something like that. And she goes, no. She goes, good guess, but it's this and such. So if anything, and then like she's constantly tweeting about X-Men and such. So like, I think that would, and then you suggesting this, like, you know what? Okay, let's jump into X-Men again. Like let's give it another try because like, it touches a lot of people's hearts, especially the subject of the hate against the mutants and such, which that's not really too prominent in this first season. Like
no, because they're not outed yet.
Yeah, so they're all still in hiding and trying to hide their powers from the normal. Oh, I don't know what do they call
the normies.
The normies.
The humans.
Yeah, the normies.
The humans. Yeah.
The human.
Yeah, the normal people. Us.
The voice cast too. I recognized a couple of them, like David Kay's Dr. X, which he's Megatron in Beast Wars. Oh God, what's his name? Scott McNeil plays Wolverine.
Yep, is Wolverine.
Yeah,
yep.
He plays like half the Transformers in Beast Wars, and he's got a lot of like anime credits too. So like, it looks like they use like a Canadian voice studio probably, and then
maybe.
It would shock me if by this point David Kay and Scott McNeil were getting out there a little bit more though, especially with roles like this. And then you blew my mind because I was listening to Magneto talk and I knew his voice was familiar, and then he goes, "That's Kratos." I was like, from the current run.
New Kratos.
I was like, then I heard it again. I'm like, holy shit! Which yeah, it was great, great voice.
That blew my mind too.
And the soundtrack.
I didn't know it at first. I was like, he has such a cool voice. And then it was like, holy fuck, it's Kratos.
It's Kratos. I also love how the aesthetic of this show, the music, the soundtrack, the mannerisms.
So goddamn 2000s.
It's 2000s all day, and I am all about 2000s. Like, there's something, I have a special feeling when I see a flip phone and Spectacular Spider-Man and shit like that, you know? So... I love it. Like I'm a sucker for 2000 stuff, so this has been a fun romp so far, and I can't wait to jump back in.
Oh,
what do you think?
David Kay plays.
Oh, go ahead.
Just talking about voice cast. So David Kay is the voice actor. He's also Megatron in 5 Transformers series: Beast Wars, Beast Machines, Armada, and Energon, and Cybertron. So Cyclops played that. He's Optimus Prime in Transformers Animated. Oh, no, that's the wrong person.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That's still David Kay.
That's Xavier, yeah. Kirby Morrow is also the voice of Cyclops, unfortunately passed away in 2020. Fucking bastards. Yeah. So, but he did some voices in Inuyasha. I don't know how to pronounce that, but X-Men Evolution, Dragon Ball Z, Transformers Cybertron is Cole from the Lego Ninja Ninjago, Masters of Finzitsu.
Hell yeah.
So I don't fucking know,
Lego.
but yeah, he passed away. Scott McNeil's Wolverine might be one of my favorites.
Yeah. It's like
He's
him and Steve Blum, I would say, are like the two go-to voices for
uh
me.
for me. Well, my the so you and I both read comic books to a certain extent. Maybe I've read more,
Yeah,
but
you definitely read
um
more.
the '90s the '90s show. Cal Dodd is who's going to play Wolverine in the '97 series, but he also played him in the '92 series. So when I read Wolverine and any X-Men thing,
Mm.
that's whose voice I hear because that's my it's kind of pitch perfect. His voice now is not great, but that's because of age. Like even Mark Hamill doesn't sound as good as he used to. But anyway, that's a side tangent. I like Jean's voice actress in this a lot too.
Yeah.
I think she's really good. Uh, Spike, I don't like Spike at all. I think he's annoying. He's terrible, and I don't like him.
Maybe I'll change my mind as the show keeps going, but like I didn't mind him. I didn't hate him. I was expecting to be like there's hating every second of it, and I was like, okay, this is fine.
No, I don't.
I remember you were commenting on when we were talking about it off stream. You were commenting on Kitty's voice, and I could definitely see how it'd be grating. And I love as you
Yeah.
texted me that the scene of her screaming and
Uh-huh.
into Dr. Xavier's head.
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
mixing. I was like, oh, the timing of that, that's perfect.
Yeah. But Kitty's all right. Nightcrawler gets a little annoying sometimes too.
Yeah.
Just the way he talks.
Also, I thought
Uh,
Nightcrawler was French, but he's German in this.
no, he's German.
Oh.
He's always been German.
Oh, never mind. Wait, got the wrong European. Yeah, but yeah, I like Nightcrawler in the show though, cause he's goofball, but I wouldn't say annoying.
Right.
But again, I gotta probably. I'm only on the first season, so it'll probably change as it goes.
Like I'm not saying Kurt's always annoying, but there's certain points where it's like, dude, come on, seriously.
That's what makes that episode so gripping. The one with him when he gets stuck in the helmet and Cyclops is bitching about how he never takes anything seriously.
Right. And then Rogue.
I know as a kid, I definitely liked Rogue. I had to have because I liked Chigo as a kid as well. Like there's something about yeah, I was that kid.
But like she's not normal Rogue isn't the Anna Paquin one either, because that one's kind of terrible. But anyway, she's usually like a Southern Belle type chick, so she's outgoing, all this stuff. Not outgoing, but Dolan and all that other stuff. Cher, no, that's Gambit. I lied. I'm sorry. But no, they changed her for the goth girl aesthetic, because goth girls were hip and cool and
hell yeah,
whatnot.
Teenagers,
right? And also Anna Paquin's Rogue is also very emo.
I like that Wolverine is almost looked at like as the uncle of the family.
Yeah.
And
I
like what do you think of his costume being orange as opposed to yellow?
I love this design.
Yeah.
Like this is such a cool thing. Like I love my yellow and blues. I love my brown and tan or orange or whatever fuck color it is, because it changes.
Yeah.
And then I like this one. And then I like Astonishing, which Astonishing X-Men is what he wears in Wolverine and the X-Men.
Okay.
So it's his tiger stripe, but he's got the blue like stripe down his side. I'm sorry. But yeah, I like this costume a lot.
The designs in this show is pretty good. A lot of the designs.
Yeah, no. Funny story though. So Steve E. Gordon, who does the art for this show, I used to follow him on Facebook. Well, I didn't stop following him, but anyway, I followed him on Facebook, and then I posted something political about Nancy Pelosi or something. I don't remember, but then he basically un unfollow or had me unfollowed and then blocked me. I was like, oh, okay, that's
Oh,
cool. Right. It was like, okay, it's just an opinion, man.
so you followed him and he followed you back and he saw that, or did,
Yeah, basically. So it was like, oh, we were friends on Facebook. But you know how famous people's pages are. They have millions of people, but apparently that one just stuck out. So like, oh, okay. And I was like, that's cool. He's like, okay, and you're gone. I was like, wow, all right
and
then.
you're dead,
Yeah.
you're gone. But yeah, the designs in the show is pretty good. Like, I think Magneto's is awesome. Like, especially
Hmm.
like when he's in like the shadowy or like you can't see his face.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty cool.
Just white eyeballs.
I like Mystique. I liked
I
Sabretooth.
don't.
But like
Sabretooth's all right.
Sabretooth. Yeah. I didn't realize Sabretooth was huge until the episode
Hmm.
where they go back to the mountains with the Project X thing, and I just
Hmm.
see him towering over Wolverine, and then lining up the dots with the dude calling Sabretooth Bigfoot. And I was like, oh,
Hmm.
he's huge. That's right.
Well, also, so your X-Men thing might be skewed. So X-Men the movie, right? Hugh Jackman's like 6'2".
Yeah, he's taller, right? And he's
Right.
supposed to be short.
So he's supposed to be short as fuck.
You say he's like 5'2",
He's like 5'3"
in this show he's probably
and
what,
built
like
like
5'8", 5'9".
actually no, he's the right size. But Sabretooth's supposed to tower over him, but like in the movie, it's hard to find someone taller than fucking 6'2". So
Right.
Sabretooth and Wolverine look about the same.
And they're
And
brothers.
then since no, stop.
Oh my god. Speaking of brothers, the
Don't.
Juggernaut was in this too. He looked fucking goofy, by the way.
I like Juggernaut in this show. I don't know, but this is me.
I liked his presentation. I love that he walked through a train and the train just piled up behind him. Like
No.
legit, this show made him look terrifying. And like the way that Wolverine and Dr. X were like, "Oh shit." Like that
Right?
I like that a lot. And then by the time he finally gets in, you're kind of like, "Oh, what's going to happen?" And then
He's a little
they
bitch.
throw out that detail about like, oh, I could get through to him if he, so long as that helmet isn't on him. I was like, okay, so we know what's gonna happen here. He's gonna lose his helmet, then he's
Yeah.
gonna get in his head.
Yeah. Or Gene's gonna get in his head, whatever. Um, First episode is Nightcrawler's introduction. So I don't know. It's all right. It's an all right season opener. I like the end of the episode where Wolverine walks in that gas station, cuts off the water bottle,
Right, and chugs it.
and drinks it. Yeah, and then fucking Toad's hopping out, and then it's just like shit. Um,
Oh, speaking of designs, what's his name? Avalanche. Like,
mhm.
yeah, his suit sucks. Looks like he's wearing a fishbowl on his head, or like Tupperware.
Right, he's got the weird fucking glass dome.
It's like, what is
Like,
that?
why are you like this,
Why a
Lance?
glass dome? Why not like a football helmet in case a rock falls on your head? No, he's got to wear like Tupperware on his head. Took the lid off and just put it on his head.
Right, he's taking design cues from Mysterio. I wouldn't be bashing him.
It
I
was
mean, his costume in the comics isn't much better. It's a silver helmet, and then he's like fucking Apocalypse with a giant A on his belt. It's like, yep, A stands for Avalanche.
Avalanche.
I'm Avalanche. Um, Something also that's kind of unique to this show is Kitty and Lance have a romance, which isn't a thing because Kitty's usually into Colossus, who shows up later,
Mm-hmm.
but they have barely any screen time together at all. Um, but the second episode uh, is probably not my favorite, but it's one of the ones that I watch more because I watch the ones with Wolverine in it more than
Oh yeah.
other ones. Not that anyone else is terrible, but this is where Kitty's like super annoying to me, especially when she's falling through the fucking floor. And you're like, dude, Jesus Christ.
Constantly screaming. She doesn't know what's
Right.
happening to her.
Right. Um, but that's got the Sabretooth fight, and then got the cool, stupid '90s Batman suit up montage where Wolverine's pulling up his boots and all that jazz. And then he puts on his motorcycle helmet. First time you see him in costume
Oh yeah.
because the first episode was street clothes.
I remember as a kid, I liked I know I liked Wolverine, Cyclops, like those two I for sure remember. And like I said earlier, it's like
Mhm.
as a kid I had to have liked Rogue. There's no way I didn't, you know. But de- since coming in today, or not today, but like this recent rewatch of it,
Mhm.
definitely Wolverine. I like um, Nightcrawler, Rogue, and I actually like Toad and Blob a lot for some reason. Um,
Toad's theme in this thing is fucking epic.
oh yeah, the
Like it's just a rap
it
song,
sounds like a
and
Sly.
it's great.
It sounds like music you'd hear in Sly Cooper or something. I love it. Oh,
It's
Magneto
just a
too. Magneto
rap.
and Mystique I like a lot too. Those
Yeah,
and
Magneto's great.
I love how imposing
Um,
Magneto is. But we'll probably talk more as we keep going through the
yeah.
synopsis.
Um,
Synopsis.
I'm just kind of running it through. So the Blob episode, I like that one too. That one's
Yeah,
alright.
it reminded me
And it's
of The Simpsons with Ralph. With when Ralph didn't get a Valentine, so Lisa gives him a Valentine card,
oh,
and like
and then he's
gets obsessed with Lisa. Well, in this case, it's Blob with Gene.
oh, Gene. Yeah. Well, the other thing. So I've had this happen. Not like that specific thing happened to me, but like I'll make friends with the weird kids,
Yeah.
like I used to, right? And then like you're nice to them once, and then it's like, oh, now you're my friend, and then they follow you around, and you're like, I was just being a good person. Can you not?
Oh.
No, like it's not. I didn't say that, but in my head, it's like, yep, I'm new here too, so please go away. But anyway,
Oh man.
um, because that's kind of what happened to Gene. She was nice to him and
Well, I mean,
whatnot.
at least the guy didn't like tie you up and kidnap you like he did. It could be worse. I mean,
That's
forgetting.
what I said. Not exactly, but I'm just like, yeah, I definitely have that where I'm just like, dude, I was just being nice. Go away.
It was heartbreaking though,
But
because like
anyway.
they like you just see him get made fun of, and like he gets upset, and it's like no, don't make fun of him, and then he just goes off the deep end. You're like, ah, oh, come on, like it's,
It's gotta be the fat guy. This is bullshit.
of course, it's like he's got to be that guy, and that was he was in other episodes, of course, but like that was like his big like showcase was that episode, which
Right.
I really enjoyed it a lot, and such.
Um, and then we've got Speed and Spike, which introduces both Quicksilver and Spike.
Which I'm not gonna lie, I think Spike out of all of them has probably the weakest power. Spikes.
So
Sticks.
Spike, right? So Spike is basically the African American version of Marrow, who is a
Marrow.
Morlock.
Okay.
Those are mutants that live in the sewer because they're too ugly to live above ground.
Oh. Okay.
I know it sounds very Futurama, and Futurama probably took it from that, but yeah. So Marrow has the same thing. Like her bones protrude, and she can snap them off and throw them and use them as swords. It's the same concept.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. And he's also Storm's nephew.
Yes. All original to this show too, by the way. So he's an OC,
Oh, okay.
as the kids say. Yeah, yeah. Do not copy. Um. So fun fact about Quicksilver is he does not have access to the Speed Force. Um.
Yeah, how fast is he? Or like what's his like shit?
He's so the way I've been explained as far as my knowledge, because I always thought Quicksilver was like Flash. Like Flash
Same.
can be fast,
Yeah.
but he's not. Like Quicksilver is always fast. So think about like an old person using an ATM and keeps fucking up. That's everyone for Pietro every fucking day. like because everyone's so fucking slow.
Ah.
So he's always fast, and he can't turn it off. So that's why he's a dick.
He's impatient.
Yeah, and he's kind of a prick in this show too. But anyway, but they play basketball, and Evan Daniels. Bleh, bleh. I don't like Quicksilver's design really. It's kind of mid.
I know. I almost said Thanos. Magneto does reference like his relations to him. He doesn't outright say what it is. He's his son, isn't he?
Right.
Quicksilver.
Yes.
Thought so.
Yep. Well, was.
Oh. He's not in the show.
No, he is just not. Whatchamacallit, not anymore in Marvel continuity, but that might be changing. Marvel now has the rights to X-Men.
Oh, I see.
So when Disney and Fox had that cock measuring contest, Disney's like, oh, fucking no X-Men, no Fantastic Four. We're just going to push the Inhumans in that way. And I was like, and everyone's like, boo!
Yes, I heard Inhumans was terrible.
And then, like in the MCU, they're not Magneto's kids. So, I don't know. And then they changed it to the comics. But in the show, that's still intact as far as Marvel's just coming out of bankruptcy. This is 96. 2000 is around the time Ultimate Spider-Man launched.
Yeah.
So they just kicked off the Ultimate Universe. And then, yeah. And they were getting their Marvel Knights shit running. So this is before they had to sell off X-Men and Spider-Man and Daredevil and Blade and all those characters that were the start before the MCU. Next one is Middleverse. That's the one with Forge. So that's Forge.
Oh, that's the one where they go.
It's all right.
The helmet one.
Into the demon. Yeah. Is it, or is that a different one? I might be thinking of a different episode.
I might be fucking up too.
Well, the Middleverse. It's not the one where they get the Nightcrawler has that backpack and he goes into the hell dimension. No, it's the weird zappy thing. That's what it is.
It's when he goes into the helmet. Like they're complaining. He takes things. He doesn't take anything serious. He's complaining that Cyclops takes things too seriously. It's one of those like dynamics, and then of course in the end they both learn. Oh, I gotta lighten up. Oh, I gotta be more serious. You know, kid stuff.
Greg learned a lot from the show.
Yeah, I learned valuable lessons. Again, that's how these shows always start. They're towards kids. They have like life lessons at the end of every episode, and then by the time second season or third season comes in, that's when shit gets kicked up, and you're invested, and it gets real. Like
this is Greg's been learning things since watching this.
It's a trope, man. Like that's something I noticed with Adventure Time. It happened with Adventure Time. It happened with Clone Wars. It happened with this. It happened with
Batman.
Yeah, you know. I feel like animated series was always serious from the get-go, but
you had episodes of Batman in my basement. Like the first season is heavy and like it bounces back and forth. Like there's Dreams in Darkness.
Yeah.
Which is one where he gets fear toxined and in the insane asylum or Arkham Asylum. But anyway. We're not talking about Batman for once. Batman Returns. All right, so Spike Cam. I hate this episode.
Oh, there's like
with a passion.
Life decades. It wasn't that bad, Jesus.
Dude, I hate it. I can't fucking stand it. Because this is the one where Spike's being a creep.
Oh yeah, that one's bad. There was that scene. Like, yeah, you couldn't put that in the show today. No way. Oh Jesus!
Right.
Honestly,
because there's a scene with Kitty and Rogue arguing, so Spike's like, "Oh yeah, drama," and then this fucker, horny little bastard, Jean's trying on dresses, and he just opens the bathroom door, starts recording her. Like, what the fuck?
What are you doing? This is a crime. This is not good, dude. What are you doing?
Get out Get out of here, you little pervert.
Get out of here, you
Also
little pervert! I'm
Sabretooth,
gonna slap you silly. I hope I quoted that
you little
correctly.
asshole.
You know.
Um, this is also where Sabretooth finds out where the mansion is. So that's fun.
Which, how did he
Wolverine and
not
Sabretooth
know?
fight.
How do you not know where this
I
mansion
don't
is?
know.
Especially we have. Oh, well, he's not really with them, is he? He's not with Mystique and all them at this time?
Not yet, no.
Okay, I was about to say, how do you not know where it is if you're on the same team as them? It's like, no, wait, he's not.
Because
He
if
just
I remember correctly, he's not a part. He doesn't. So there's two. I'm gonna spoil this, but it's okay. There's two different brotherhoods. So Magneto, well, it's kind of at the end of the cauldron. So Magneto has his brotherhood people. So like Sabretooth, Pyro, Gambit. Who else? There's somebody else I'm forgetting at the moment. But those. Oh, Colossus. Um, that's like his brotherhood that he has. So those are the mutants or that he coerced or automatically follow him. And
sure.
then there's Mystique's brotherhood, which is the brotherhood that's in this first season. So, um, the premise extra credit assignment where he films current events in his life. Jesus. Anyway, I hate that one. Survival of the Fittest is the fun one where both teams are like, "Oh, we're going on a fucking camping trip or whatever."
Yeah, and they're like, and they make the vow, don't use powers, as they both proceed
Yeah,
to use their powers.
and then right because what is it? Scott gets tipped over in a canoe
yeah.
because of avalanche, and then he's like, "Fuck these guys." So then it's a race to the top of the mountain, and then Scott gets real fucking weird about it. Like him and Lance both get like they're fucking fully torqued, just running up this mountain, just straight hard on, just like I gotta win.
It's like, guys, relax. It's just a game. Take it easy.
Take it easy, bro. Take it easy.
It was cool though. The ending I thought was cool, where like they all took a picture together after that team up to help. Like, I was like,
yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Oh, we didn't cover Rogue Recruit. That's a good one too.
Yeah,
like
when Rogue is that her introduction
shows up.
episode?
Yeah.
Yeah. So her so with her powers, she could take the powers of anybody she touches, or like their natural abilities, whether they be an athlete or a mutant.
Right, but she also gets their memories.
Yeah.
So but it has to be bare skin contact.
Okay, so that's why she wears gloves.
Gloves, and then long sleeves, even when it's hot outside. So you can't touch her bare skin, otherwise she'll take all your memories. And like the Cody, this is Cody's at the beginning, that wants to dance with her, the jock or whatever, he puts him in a coma. So if you touch her too long, you basically die. Like she sucks out your life force type thing, but like you go into a coma or severely damaged, kind of like in the movie.
Yeah.
When Wolverine touches her, like his healing factor goes away and all that stuff. But no, I thought it was cool. Mystique was using her powers. Like, we're the X-Men, we're gonna kill you, this type thing. And
yeah,
then
that's right.
Nightcrawler, and she does all that stuff.
Trying to coax her into joining her.
Right, because Mystique's technically her mom.
Oh. Which
shows up later, but I'll let that unfold for you.
Sure.
The chick that's blind, you won't know who this is, but if you're an X-Men fan, that's Destiny, so that's fun. She can see the possible futures. Like, so think of Doctor Strange at the end of, or not the end, but near the end of Infinity War, where he sees all the possible futures, possible outcomes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's her mutant power.
I like that she didn't join the X-Men right away either. Like, they took a couple episodes for her bouncing around, not knowing what she wants to do.
Right, because she's a teenager. And I like, because I'm looking at pictures, because I'm a nerd. I really like Jean's costume in this. Like better than her '90s costume, better than her classic costume. The only one that beats it is like Phoenix, classic Phoenix.
Yeah.
But otherwise than that, like this is my favorite Jean costume, bar none.
And what's Jean's power? She's like telekinesis and such, or
Jean is telekinetic and then also psychic,
mm.
not psychic, telepath, and then she can grab things with her mind. I don't remember what that's called,
Right.
which wasn't originally what she was, but anyway. Next one is the one Wolverine episode. So I don't know if you know this or if you did any research into the show, but Kids WB had a rule that they wanted to focus. Tell me if this sounds familiar. Focus on teenagers or kids, right?
Hence them being
So
in high
you could
school.
only have one Wolverine centric episode.
Oh, okay.
So it sounds like Batman Beyond. Well, we don't want to do New Adventures anymore. Can you make him like a teenager? Um, this one, Wolverine has a device that was implanted when he got his adamantium skeleton implanted in his whatchamacallit?
Yeah. Me playing too much
Um,
Suicide Squad. I thought it was a bomb. Like, then I was like, okay, it's just like a mind control thing. Thank God. Oh, that fucking game. It's been a bane in my existence. I just uninstalled it. I didn't even finish the final boss. God.
nice.
I was like, you know what? I'm done.
I warned you.
I
I
know.
told you.
Why don't you listen to me?
What? What? What?
Wow.
So I really like this episode, even though
Yeah.
yes, it's a Wolverine episode, but like the professor is the bad guy pretty much. So he's got a mind control device
Yeah.
in Wolverine's skull
Not Professor
that he
X either.
implanted.
It's, what's his name? In
No,
case anybody gets confused and they hear the professor, like, wait a minute.
right? No.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it was a good episode.
it's Doctor Thornton. But Sabretooth hunts him down, and then he gets a reminder because he sees something on Canada, something about Canada.
Yeah.
So then he has to go back to Canada, like X2. Um, but Kitty and Nightcrawler are stalled away,
I love
so
like
drama ensues.
the subplot is like Kitty's trying to find a quiet place to write a letter to her
Right.
parents, and she's right. I love the part in the kitchen during breakfast. She's writing, and she keeps like looking over at Wolverine, and he finally says, "What? Am I reading too loud for you?" Like, because he's not even saying anything, but she keeps looking at him.
No, right? God damn it!
I just love I
Um,
love Wolverine in the show. Like, he's like that dickhead,
right.
but you know he cares about you kind of uncle.
Right. Well, also like it's the same Young Justice. We haven't talked about that, but Young Justice's Batman has a similar thing. Like
Mm,
it's not Conroy Batman, but it's a different like I don't know how to explain it. Like it's a different tone because
sure.
Wolverine in the show isn't as like angry. Like he's still pissed off, but not like if you watch the '90s show or even some other media. He's very kind of reserved to a certain extent,
Sure.
unless he's in a fight. And Batman and Young Justice is the same way. Batman in that show is very cool, calm, collected, unlike Conroy in some instances. Next one is season finale. Yay! The Cauldron. Probably the weakest season finale. Not that it's bad. It's like a 7 for me anyway. The whole premise of the Cauldron is Magneto has a asteroid, M for Magneto, obviously, and he's getting together a team because they're going to tie into the show's name, Evolution. So Magneto has this thing on Asteroid M that they walk into, and then get fucking their powers get magically morphed. They have mastery over their powers. Don't ask me how that works. I don't fucking know. Anyway, so they have what? It's a turn. The tournament's in the first episode.
think so, yeah. Well, they all
Most of
fight
it,
each other.
yeah. And then Jean takes out Toad. Also, this is the first appearance of Havoc, who's Scott Summers' brother. That's a subplot, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
It, like
and
goes into his
then
backstory that like him and his brother jumped out, and all these years he thought he was the only one that made it. He being Cyclops,
Scott.
and then kind of find
Yeah.
out Havoc's still alive. Also, I love when they go in the machine. They come out. They just look like mini Magnetos. Like they got
They're old. Like, I don't understand why their hair changed. I really don't.
Why do they have a strong jawline all of a sudden? Like,
right. Like, what the fuck?
it's
What's even weirder is it's almost like fucking Captain Marvel, Shazam, where it's like they have these men bodies, but they still sound like fucking teenagers.
right.
What the fuck?
Adults playing teenagers, like you get that every now and again, you know.
Yeah.
It's like that voice is a little too deep for a kid, you know.
Oh man, but yeah, it's good. I mean, this first season for me is rough just because it's growing pains.
Yeah.
Usually
cool.
if I do a rewatch. Yep, definitely. I don't think he has enough screen time in this season.
I think that's what makes him kind of special to me, because like he's not there all the time, but when he is, it's always something important.
Right. Yeah. So
less is more with him.
Right. And it's not that he gets a lot of screen time, because obviously we're focusing on teenagers. Got it, guys. Oops, sorry. I have the sniffles. Sniffles. But yeah, season 2 is another. Season 2 is fucking banger, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Banger. Some of my favorite episodes are in season 2.
Definitely.
I think there's only one that I don't enjoy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm scrolling through it on whatchamacallit, so we're good.
Yeah, so like I definitely my overall thoughts on the season was it's a fun introduction season, I think. And like the episodes, some of the episodes were more gripping than others, but like it was definitely a fun rewatch for me because I hadn't seen the show since I was a kid. And I'm very curious about, the later seasons. Because I remember clips, bits, bobs from probably like reruns on Disney XD or something.
XD? Yeah.
But like, definitely looking forward to be able to go through this. And, we got more episodes right there as us talking more about the future seasons. But definitely overall, I'm very impressed so far. So can't wait to see how it goes, how it ends. Assuming it has an ending and it doesn't just abruptly end.
It does.
Okay.
So that's the nice thing. So season 2 and 3 are 13, and I think 4 is 6. Final season. Hold on. Yeah. Season 4 is 9 episodes.
Okay.
So. But yeah, 2, 3, 4 are just fucking cold, bro.
For sure. And you pretty much said your overall thoughts. You kind of think it gets better as it progresses.
Well, like, so the whatchamacallit? Good Lord, I can't think right now.
Oh, it's been tough for me too, man. Talking, thinking.
Right, trying to fucking function. But no, like, I think they didn't know exactly what they wanted to do as far as the show goes, or what kind of tone they wanted to have. And then they start the second one off, and it's just like, boom, this happens. Like, shit just starts happening, and you're like, okay, cool. And then, especially like season 3 and 4 are more of a connected. Like, the episodes connect.
Right.
So it's one long story throughout the whole thing with side stories and whatnot. But yeah, season 2, I'm excited for season 2. So it might happen sooner than later.
Oh, for sure.
Because I adore season 2. But yeah, that's X-Men Evolution. We will probably do all 4 seasons.
Oh yeah,
Um, I don't know if you'd be interested in doing the '90s show.
sure. There's a lot of things
Uh,
we say we're gonna do. Let's just see if we do
I know we just go for it. But this was honestly wasn't my idea. Greg was like, we should do X-Men Evolution. I was like, on it.
On it, let's do it. Yeah. Da 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 da
So
da. Ta-da! We did it. Da 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 da.
um that's Animations Anonymous. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Oh yeah.
Are we doing plugs or do we
Well, of
just wanna
course. You gotta do the plugs.
Oh, okay. Noir 1930 at Twitter and Instagram, so check them out.
Yeah.
And Greg has all the plugs in the world.
Yeah, Moondog Murray on Twitter, Moondog Greg Murray on Facebook and Instagram. And of course, follow us on Twitch for streams and YouTube, the Shellshock Network, for past episodes, as well as the podcast feed on all your favorite listening apps. Definitely give those a whirl, a listen, if you will. And
Oh, I haven't done this joke in a while. Sadly, no longer on Pornhub.
no longer on Pornhub, on the PH.
No, no longer on the hub.
I deleted that, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't
I
remember
don't
because the other day I just thought about it. I was like, I should probably delete that. And then, but it sounds like I already did, but I don't remember. That's the issue. I get so paranoid about like a few years from now. I get like I finally live my dream. I get signed, and all of a sudden this shit pops up. Oh, he's on Pornhub. He's watching porn on Pornhub. Look at this. And I was like, there's videos of me reacting to weird porn videos because I thought, oh, that'd be funny,
Right.
and it was. It is
Right.
funny, but
It is funny.
it is funny. But of course, they don't watch you on Pornhub if you're a
Right.
public figure. Heaven forbid, you know.
Ugh. He has sexual needs? Disgusting.
Disgusting. How dare you? How dare you watch
How
porn?
dare you?
Oh
Right?
my god. And
I
wrestling.
mean, it's not
wrestling
good
used
for
to,
your
like,
brain. It causes mental damage, but it's okay.
on those
It's
little
only
hot,
if you're like super into porn.
hot, lonely nights, man. It comes in handy.
Right? Right?
Jesus.
Gotta use it and abuse it, and then toss it aside.
Oh my god, what a way to end a show on the X-Men of all things. Oh lord. But yes, definitely. Thank you guys for joining us.